Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second training session of CNKI One-Stop Access Program. I'm Jiahui from CNKI International. I'm very glad to share about how to utilize informative literature to support China's economic and social research. During my sharing, if you have any questions, you can send them through the chat box, and I will answer them after the sharing. Then let's start our sharing. We all know the importance of data to research, just like the foundation of a tall building, and is an important basis for advancing research and drawing credible scientific conclusions. So, how do we get such authoritative, accurate, and credible data? Here, I'm going to introduce the yearbook. It's a kind of informative literature that collects massive authoritative information. This sharing will be divided into 4 parts. First, I will introduce the basic information of China Yearbook's full-text database. Second, I will show some examples of yearbooks in China Yearbook's full-text database supporting China's economic and social research. Third, I will analyze the usage scenarios of China Yearbook's full-text database. Finally, I will show you how to use this database. First of all, let's take a look at the basic information of China Yearbook's full-text database. Before that, we need to know what a yearbook is. According to the Collins Schofield Advanced Learner's Dictionary, a yearbook is a book that is published once a year and that contains information about the events and achievements of the previous year, usually concerning a particular place or organization. There are many types of yearbooks, including comprehensive yearbook, industry yearbook, statistical yearbook, discipline yearbook, and enterprise yearbook. I will introduce them one by one. Firstly, comprehensive yearbooks describe the development of politics, economy, culture, and other fields of the world, countries, and regions, as well as provinces, cities, and counties. The People's Republic of China Yearbook below is a comprehensive yearbook, which introduces the comprehensive development of China. Secondly, industry yearbooks comprehensively summarize and describe the overall development of an industry. The Almanac of China's Finance and Banking below is an industry yearbook of the financial industry. It records the comprehensive development of the financial industry in detail. Thirdly, statistical yearbooks collect all kinds of digital data and related written materials obtained from statistical work, and systematically and truly reflect the development of a certain region and an industry. The name of this kind of yearbooks usually contains the word statistical or statistics. For example, the China Statistical Yearbook shown below. Fourthly, discipline yearbooks record in detail the development of a certain discipline in the past year. For example, the Chinese Economy Ethics Yearbook shown below. Fifthly, enterprise yearbooks collect the information of enterprise management comprehensively, records major events, production materials, operating experience of the enterprise. It systematically reflects the general situation of enterprise development. For example, the Pangang yearbook below records the production, operation, and development of Pangang Group Company in detail in the past year. It can be seen that yearbooks have the following characteristics. Firstly, their information is authoritative. They are compiled by national or local government departments, scientific research institutions, societies, and other units. So their information is very authoritative and authentic. Secondly, they have timely response compared with other reference books, such as dictionaries. They are updated and published year by year, so they can reflect the latest development of an industry or a region. Thirdly, they are continuously published. Annual publication means continuity, so we can not only use them to compare horizontally, but also make vertical comparison. Fourthly, yearbooks are very functional. As a reference book, yearbooks have reasonable layout and design, and clear entries, which is convenient for readers to look at. After learning about the basic concept of yearbook, let's take a look at China Yearbook's full text database, namely CYFD. It's a large dynamic yearbook full text database in China and is continuously updated, covering basic national conditions, politics, economy, culture, society, and other fields. At present, there are more than 5,200 titles of yearbooks, all of which have formal copyright. The earliest yearbook can be traced back to 1949, covering 10 subjects, including economics and management, politics, military, law. The 10 subjects can be subdivided into 168 topics. The CYFD includes 21 industries, including financial industry, manufacturing industry, public management, and social organizations. It also covers 9 types of yearbooks, including Central Comprehensive Yearbooks, Local Comprehensive Yearbooks, Central Industry Yearbooks, and Local Industry Yearbooks. Its region coverage is also wide, from the central to 34 provincial regions, and yearbooks about the world and other countries are also included. So what role can CYFD play? First of all, it can serve scientific research. Using the data of CYFD, researchers can study the development track of things vertically and compare the interrelationships of things horizontally. They can grasp the development law macroscopically and obtain accurate data microscopically. Secondly, it can serve policy research. Government departments can make reasonable decisions by referring to policies, laws, and regulations in yearbooks, which can prove the reliability of the information in yearbooks. Thirdly, it can also serve business decisions. Enterprise can acquire comprehensive and systematic data about market and in an industry in yearbooks. They can also analyze market competition by using this data. Moreover, information on national and local resources, transportation, investment policies in yearbooks can also help them make investment and economic decisions. Finally, it can serve learning and teaching. Yearbooks cover the latest learning materials in various fields and are widely used in college teaching. After learning about the functions of CYFD, I will introduce some high-quality yearbooks. First, I will introduce the China Statistical Yearbook. This yearbook is widely used in academic research. It's edited by the National Bureau of Statistics of China and currently collects 41 volumes, which can be traced back to 1981. It has been bilingual since 1994. It collects key statistical data at the national level and the local levels of provinces, autonomous regions, and municipalities. The picture on the right is the contents of this yearbook. Because we have the formal copyright, the contents are completely consistent with the original paper book, which is convenient for reference. The contents cover China's population, economy, industry, finance, culture, education, and other fields. It's an annual statistical publication, comprehensively reflecting the social and economic development of China. To click each plus sign, we can further expand the contents menu of the next level. As far as industry is concerned, the next level contents show major indicators of industrial enterprises above designated size, state holding industrial enterprise, private industrial enterprises with Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan, and foreign funds. The table of major indicators of industrial enterprises about designated size on the right shows the data of industrial enterprises about designated size grouped by industries, size of enterprise, and status of registration, including their number of enterprises, total assets, business revenue, and total profits in 2021. Scholars who study China's topics related to city, social, economic can pay attention to China City Statistical Yearbook. It is edited by the Department of Urban Surveys of National Bureau of Statistics of China. At present, it contains 35 volumes, which can be dated back to 1985 at the earliest, and has been bilingual since 1994. It covers the main socio-economic statistical data of cities at all levels. First of all, it includes the administrative division of all cities, listing city distribution by region and level, and the statistical data of cities at the prefectural level and above, covering population, resources, environment, and economic development. In addition, the highlight of this book is that it covers the statistical data of county-level cities, including population, total land area of administrative region, GDP, and other information. It's an annual statistical publication, comprehensively reflecting the economic and social development of cities in China. The table on the left shows the resident population of cities at the prefectural level and above in 2021, including the resident population and urban resident population of Beijing, Tianjin, Shijiazhuang of Hebei, and other cities, while the table on the right shows the population of county-level cities in 2021, including the household registered population at year-end of Xinji and Jingzhou of Hebei. Scholars who are interested in China's finance, can use the Finance Yearbook of China, which is a large-scale informative yearbook. It's governed by the Ministry of Finance, edited by the Editorial Board of Finance Yearbook of China, and published by China State Finance Magazine. It's the first finance yearbook since 1949. Currently, CYFD collects 30 volumes, dating back to 1992 at the earliest. It comprehensively and systematically reflects annual financial work and important information of China, covering the general situation of national financial work, financial statistics, selection of important financial laws and regulations. Financial statistics include financial budgets and final accounts, financial revenue and expenditure of administrative institutions, financial revenue and expenditure over the year, such as the total revenue and expenditure of the state and its growth rate, the proportion of national financial revenue in GDP, revenues from product tax, and value-added tax, business tax, and consumption tax. The table on the left shows the revenue and expenditure of national general public budgets and final accounts in 2020, in which the tax revenue item includes domestic value-added tax, domestic consumption tax, value-added tax and consumption tax on imported goods, and enterprise income tax. The table on the right shows the revenue and expenditure of national state-owned capital operating budgets and final accounts in 2020, in which the profit revenue item includes the profit revenue of tobacco enterprises, the profit revenue of petroleum and petrochemical enterprises, and the profit revenue of electronic power enterprises. Scholars who are interested in China's financial industry can pay attention to the Almanac of China's Finance and Banking. It's a large-scale informative publication governed by the People's Bank of China and compiled and published by the editorial department of Almanac of China's Finance and Banking. There are Chinese and English versions. The Chinese version started earlier and has been published since 1986. At present, there are 35 volumes. In order to facilitate international exchange, the English version has been published since 1992. The yearbook systematically and comprehensively records the development of China's financial industry, covering banking, securities, insurance, and other commercial financial institutions. Objectively reflects difficulty and focus issues in the reform and the development of the financial industry during the year, and collects important events, documents, laws, and regulations, and statistical data during the year. The statistical data covering monetary and credit statistics, interest rates, and trading statistics of securities, stocks, public offering of funds, and futures of the securities market. From the table, we can see the general information of the securities and futures market. It records in detail the number of stocks, the number of listed companies, and the share capital of listed companies in Shanghai and Shenzhen stock exchanges from 2004 to 2020. 19. Scholars who study China's population and employment-related issues can use the China Labor Statistical Yearbook. It's an informative annual publication that reflects the labor and economic situation in China. At present, we have collected 33 volumes. The earliest one can be traced back to 1989. Since 1996, it has been a bilingual version, covering employment, unemployment, and employment and total wages in different units, including urban non-private units, state-owned units, urban collective-owned units, and other ownership units. From the table on the left, we can know urban registered unemployment and unemployment rate at the year-end by region from 2008 to 2021, while the table on the right shows the employment and total wages in urban non-private units by sector in 2021. Then, scholars who are interested in the development of China's industrial economy can refer to the China Industry Statistical Yearbook. It's an informative annual publication that comprehensively reflects the economic development of China. At present, it contains 33 volumes, dating back to 1985 at the earliest. It systematically collects the statistical data on the industrial economy of various economic types and provinces, autonomous regions, and municipalities. We can search the major economic indicators of industrial enterprises above designated size, state-owned industrial enterprises, and private industrial enterprises. The two tables on this page shows the major economic indicators of industrial enterprises above designated size and state-holding industrial enterprises by industry, including the number of enterprises, total assets, and net fixed assets in mining and other industries. In addition to the yearbooks just introduced, there are abundant high-quality yearbook resources in CYFD. For the financial industry, it collects Almanac of China's Trustee and China Securities Yearbook. For the manufacturing industry, it collects China Machinery Industry Yearbook, China Light Industry Yearbook. For the agriculture, forestry, animal husbandry, and fishery industries, it collects China Agriculture Yearbook and China Fishery Yearbook. After learning about yearbook resources, are you wondering which one is the most downloaded yearbook? Next, let's take a look at the 15 most downloaded topics and yearbooks in CYFD by users outside Chinese mainland in the past 2 years. The 15 most downloaded topics include administration and state administration, economic statistics, macroeconomic management, and sustainable development, trade economy, educational theory, and educational management. The 15 most downloaded statistical yearbooks include China Statistical Yearbook, China City Statistical Yearbook, China Label Statistical Yearbook, China Population and Employment Statistical Yearbook, China Energy Statistical Yearbook, Guangdong Statistical Yearbook, and China Real Estate Statistics Yearbook. The 50 most downloaded non-statistical yearbooks include Law Yearbook of China, Antiques Auction Records, China's Foreign Affairs, Yearbook of Archaeology in China, and China Publishers Yearbook. After learning about the basic information of yearbook and CYFD, I will show some examples of yearbooks in CYFD supporting China's economic and social research. Firstly, we take China Statistical Yearbook as an example. Using the Web of Science, you can see the citing articles of this yearbook. Due to the large number of data, the total number is counted in two parts. There are more than 9,000 citing articles for China's Statistical Yearbook. Then, what's the hottest research field among these articles? Here are top 10 research fields, including environmental sciences, ecology, business economics, engineering, energy fuels, public environmental occupational health, science, technology, geography, mathematics, agriculture, meteorology, atmospheric sciences. Then, let's see how the China Statistical Yearbook supports carbon neutrality research. In an article on carbon neutrality published in Energy Policy, it's concluded that energy investments, technological innovation, renewable energy use, expenditure on research and development, and carbon emission taxes are found to abate carbon dioxide emissions. To draw this conclusion, carbon emission data are very crucial. In this paper, the authors calculated provincial carbon emission data by using energy consumption data. The article says part of carbon emissions are estimated using the emissions generated from the combustion of 7 major fossil fuels: coal, fuel, oil, coke, natural gas, diesel, kerosene, gasoline. The authors use China's Statistical Yearbook to obtain energy consumption data. The yearbook clearly records the energy consumption of coal, coke, fuel oil, etc. In addition to the China Statistical Yearbook, other yearbooks are also widely used in academic research. This example shows how China's Statistical Yearbook on Science and Technology and China Industry Statistical Yearbook support research on investment and innovation. In an article about investment and innovation published in International Business Review, the authors studied the impact of foreign direct investment on innovation performance in 30 regions of China during 8 years, from 2003 to 2010, and found that OFDI has a very significant impact on domestic innovation and the competition intensity, and they also identifies 3 contingent factors: adaptive capacity, foreign presence, and the competition intensity of the local market. that moderate the impact of OFDI on innovation performance. And to draw such a conclusion, relevant data are particularly important. As can be seen from the table, the number of patents granted by region is needed to calculate innovation performance. The authors use the relevant data of patents granted by region in China's Statistical Yearbook on Science and Technology. This is the actual data in this yearbook, including the number of patents granted by region for invention, utility model, and design patents, and their total number. Then the calculation of the variable of competition intensity is more complicated. The competition intensity of a region needs to be obtained by calculating the average of the competition intensity of various sectors in this region, and then the data of the number and sales revenue of firms in various sectors in this region, and the number and sales revenue of firms in various sectors at the national level are needed. The authors used data in China Industry Economy Statistical Yearbook, which has been renamed China Industry Statistical Yearbook. The authors used major economic indicators of industrial firms in various sectors by region. This is a national number of firms and industry sales revenue of coal mining and washing industry, as well as relevant data of this sector by region. This data strongly support the conclusion of this study. CYFD is very useful, and then let's analyze its usage scenarios. By analyzing the purpose of users, we have summarized the following 5 usage scenarios. The first one is to horizontally and vertically compare data. Because the yearbooks are annually published and collects rich information, we can compare the relevant data in the fields of economic and social development horizontally and vertically. The second one is to review big events and hot news. Yearbooks comprehensively record the big events and development of a region and in industry, so we can use them to review authoritative and accurate relevant information. The third one is to learn about law and judicature. If enterprise want to invest in China, they need to know China's laws and relevant industry regulations. Moreover, by searching relevant business information in yearbooks, enterprise can grasp the business trends, know more about the development of the industry, and then thus make reasonable investment decisions. The last usage scenario is international communication. Overseas scholars who are interested in China can search in yearbooks to find information about working and studying in China. Next, let's take a closer look at each usage scenario. The first one is to horizontally and vertically compare data. From this table about birth rate, death rate, and natural growth rate of population in China's Statistical Yearbook, we can clearly see that the birth rate dropped from 13.57 per thousand to 7.52 per thousand in the 5 years from 2016 to 2021. The decline was over 44%. During the same period, the death rate increased year by year, with an increase of only 2%. The ratio of birth rate to death rate dropped from 1.9 to 1 in 2016 to 1.04 to 1 in 2021. Then, in the second scenario, we can use yearbooks to review big events and hot news. For example, when the third child policy was introduced in 2021, we can see from Tianjin yearbook that the Tianjin government immediately formulated relevant supporting measures to increase marriage leave, maternity leave, and paternity leave. In the usage scenario of learning about law and judicature, enterprise can know the regulations of Shenzhen Special Economic Zone on optimizing the business environment in the Shenzhen yearbook, and thus to optimize their investment decisions. In the usage scenario of grasping business trends, enterprise can clearly know the achievements and policies of attracting investment in Suzhou Industry Park by searching its yearbook. In 2021, there were 358 new foreign-funded and Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan-funded projects in the park, an increase of 21.4%. And the actual utilized foreign capital and Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan capital amounted to $1.973 billion. High-end manufacturing and scientific research and development projects have been introduced one after another. Knowing this information is helpful for enterprise to grasp business trends and analyze market competitiveness. Finally, in the usage scenario of international communication, we can know China's work permit system for foreigners, foreign expert projects, and innovation projects from the Guangdong yearbook. Its government funded 14.4 million yuan to carry out the Silver Age Expert Project for high-end talent exchange. From Hubei Education Yearbook, we can see that the Hebei provincial government provided 10 million yuan scholarships for international students in China. Yearbooks provide detailed reference for overseas students and experts who want to come to China. After analyzing usage scenarios, I will show you how to use CYFD. There are two ways of searching in CYFD, entry search and publication search. In order to better understand, next I will set up two scenarios to explain. In the first scenario, I will show you how to search by entry. First of all, population is a cornerstone of economic development. Here, a user wants to know the basic situation of China's population. The present problems we are facing is that the related information on the internet is scattered and its authenticity cannot be guaranteed. It requires effort and time to collect information over the years. Then what should we do? We can use CYFD to search entry with the help of its characteristic navigation system to quickly obtain the information related to population. Next, I will show you entry search. Firstly, we can enter the homepage of CYFD. There is a search box in the middle. By default, we can search by subject, and we can also set other conditions to search. Here we search a number of population. Then this is a page of searching results, arranging from left to right according to the yearbook title. Column downloads. We can choose year, relevance, download, and overall to sort results. There are two modules on the left. To check the box before subscribe of the first module, only the results in yearbooks you have subscribed will be shown. If there are too many searching results, you can check boxes before relevant information such as year and region in the second module on the left to narrow down the search scope. Here, I check the box before 2022 to search relatively new data published in 2022. Then to click the first search result, we can enter the download page with detailed information such as DOI. Now we are providing CAG and PDF download files. After downloading the file, we can see the detailed population information of China from 1949 to 2021. Through the first scenario, we have learned about entry search. In the second scenario, let's look at how to search by publication. Now, Zibo barbecue goes viral on the internet, and people must be full of curiosity about Zibo. Here, a user wants to know some relevant information about Zibo. Similarly, we face the same problem as in the previous scenario, and it takes effort and time to collect information to find authoritative information on the internet. Here, we can use the CYFD to search the publication with the help of its characteristic navigation system to quickly obtain the information related to Zibo. Firstly, we enter the homepage of CYFD and click Yearbooks Navigation in the lower left corner to enter the Yearbooks Navigation page. There are 5 navigation dimensions on the left, namely region navigation, industry navigation, publisher navigation, subject navigation, and yearbook level navigation. We can click them to browse corresponding yearbook publications. If you just want to browse a specific yearbook, you can enter the name of the yearbook in the search box. In addition to search Chinese title of yearbook, you can also search other information of the yearbook, such as the English title of yearbook and ISBN. Through the publication search, we can find the Zibo yearbook. By browsing the contents, we can learn about Zibo's industry, business services, culture, tourism, and other aspects in this yearbook. We can click to download the general information of Zibo and its tourism part. Then we can know the detailed information of Zibo. Zibo is located in the central part of Shandong province, with convenient transportation, and is an important place connecting the Central Plains and Shandong Peninsula. The total administrative area of the city is 5,965 square kilometers, accounting for 3.8% of the total area of Shandong province. In terms of tourism, it can be seen that in 2019, the Municipal Bureau of Culture and Tourism focused on the integrated development of cultural tourism and adopted both traditional and new media, combine online and offline activities, and carry out in-depth cultural tourism marketing. They also invited photographers, painters, online celebrities, travel agencies, and students to carry out tourism promotion in Zibo. From here, we can see that Zibo barbecue going viral on internet is only a superficial phenomenon and is not an accidental event. What is behind it is the great efforts made by relevant government departments and related personnel. They have carried out innovative promotion since many years ago. Finally, I will introduce the search scale. On the page of publication search, there is a sign of searching in the yearbook. On the right, after entering relevant information, you can search it in this yearbook. Let's try to search the service industry in Zibo yearbook, and we can get all the entries containing the service industry. Well, in this sharing, we have learned the basic information of CYFD, examples of yearbooks supporting China's economic and social research, and the usage scenarios of CYFD. Also, we have known how to use it. I hope that it will help you use this database in your research. That's all. If you have any questions about this sharing, you can ask them now and I will answer them for you. I will wait for a while to see if there are any questions.